It's Friday and just got paid. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, I better stop before I get YouTube strikes me for singing the words to that song. Anyhow, you remember those days when you did get paid and you start singing whatever song it is, because you are so happy. You got money in your pocket and you can go out to the club. You can go to the store and buy yourself an outfit. I was raised in the 70s, and so when I got my first paycheck, I was around 15 years old. I actually was 14, but I lied. And when I got that paycheck, I had no responsibilities but me. And I really did. I'd go out, cash that thing at the bank, honey. Go to the store, get me some polyesters. Girl, you couldn't tell me nothing. I love the 70s. And that's why, see my vibe? You like my hair? Trying to get that little 70 vibe going, Yeah. Those were fun times, Yeah. I grew up in Maryland, Washington, D.C., and Virginia. So, what they call it now, DMV. I'm like, what? Where I live at, DMV is called Department of Motor Vehicles. So, you just got to be careful about how you slanging those daggone, those initials around or whatever, because they could mean different things to different people, But anyway, hello, everybody. It's PR, and it's Friday. Okay, I gotta stop. But anyway, I hope everybody's doing okay. I'm doing pretty good, doing pretty good. And I said last week that I'd come on and tell you something juicy. Well, juicy about relationships. We are going to talk about relationships. Yes, we are. And we're going to start off with me and my story. So, buckle up, buttercup, because here it comes. So, it was in the 80s. It was in the late 80s. And I'm just minding my own business, going to work and coming home, And it hit me that I am in a relationship. Yeah, it just kind of, it snuck up on me, because I was asked by my boss to go on a fishing trip. And I said, well, let me get back to you about that. I've got to go think about it. Because I had 2 children, and as a mother, you have to make special arrangements, And I said, well, when is this fishing trip, He said, it's in September. It's September to, to something, So I said, okay, let me let you know in a couple of days or whatever, and I'll, then we'll talk about it, So a couple of days went by, and I had a chance to think about it or whatever, And he said that it'll be other people on the boat. Oh, I guess I didn't tell you where he wants to take me. He wants to take me fishing. Yeah, I did. I told you that. So I said, okay. I thought about it. I'm like, it seems pretty innocent, So I said, yeah, I'll go. Just give me, the details or whatever. And he said, I can come and pick you up. I said, no, how about we meet someplace neutral? So we met at the job, close to the job. I parked my truck, certain place, and then I got into his, I forgot what he was driving, his car. And we drove all the way to Chesapeake Bay. Ooh, that was a long ride, but it was a nice ride, We got a chance to know each other. We talked about everything under the sun, and we laughed so much I think I got cramps laughing so hard, So it was a nice drive. And so then after the day ended, we just went back to work as normal. And, nobody knew the wiser that we went fishing, you know. And one thing led to another, and we started seeing each other more and talking on the phone for hours and showing up for work and acting very professional. Nobody knew the wiser, Then suddenly I realized that I'm in a relationship. And not just any relationship, a relationship with an older man. Someone more than 10 years my senior. Holy cow, I thought to myself, how am I going to tell my mother? How am I going to tell my family? How am I going to tell my kids that I'm dating an older man? Oh, the thoughts running through my mind. I started thinking about, the pressures that come with dating an older person, because there are, there are pressures. You have the stares that you get from people. You have the criticisms. One time, someone said to me, "Girl, when that man was graduating high school, you were just getting out of kindergarten." Oh, that made me chuckle. It also made me, wise up and say, "Oh my God, this is more than worse than I thought," But as time went on, it got a whole lot better. It really did, Not I'm talking about for us, but not with our friends or our relatives. We lost some friends now. I know I did. And my family members, they had their little thing to say or whatever, But we were just dating at the time, and we dated for a long time, because it just wasn't myself that I had to consider. I had children. He had children. Although I don't think his kids lived with him. Yeah, his kids didn't live with him at the time. But they were still, pretty young. And so we had lots to think about. So we didn't get married immediately, because me as a woman, you have to make sure that relationship that you're in, that it's just not going to be a fling, You say to yourself, want to make sure it's not lust. You want to make sure that you're doing, the right things for the right reasons, right? Yeah. And not to mention, that we worked at the same place. So nowadays they call relationships with a man more than 10 years your age, they call that a age gap relationship. But what I was dealing with was an age gap dilemma, because like I said, I had kids to think about. He had kids, and I ain't tell you the best part. We didn't just have our age to contend with. We were also interracial. Whew, and that was a whole nother ball of wax. So we dated for 4 years. Yeah. My max was 5. I said to myself, if I can't figure this thing out by the 5th year, then it's not meant to be. So what we did was, each year during our relationship, we evaluated everything, the good, the bad, the funny. We wrote, we took notes and everything, and we would go off to a quiet place and we talk about the past year, and we evaluate how things went. And then at the end of our discussion, we decided whether or not, we asked each other, well, you want to go for another year? And we wrote the answer on a piece of paper, I folded mine up, And I handed it to him. He folded his up. He handed it to me. We opened it up and both said yes. So this went on, this evaluation, this went on for 4 years. And at the 4-year mark, when I opened up my paper, it said, "Will you marry me? Yes, maybe, or no?" That was so cute. That was one thing I loved about my husband. He was, and he still is, he was very romantic. And so when he popped that question on the paper, I started singing the Jeopardy song. Ding dong, ding dong, So finally, I circled it. I folded my piece of paper back up and I gave it to him. He opened it up and we hugged. And next thing you know, 30 days later, our engagement was only 30 days. 30 days later, we were married. It wasn't a big hoopla or anything like that. It was just time. Yeah, it was time for us to get married. And so I said that the point is, you can get into a age gap relationship and it can work out. I mean, for us, it's been 33 plus years together. It hasn't been all bad. It's actually been wonderful. I can say that I've never had any really bad knockdown arguments, and definitely no fights. Not like I did with my first marriage. No fights. We've had some disagreements or whatever, but that's normal. I always treated him like he was my boyfriend, and he always treated me like I was his girlfriend. And what I mean by that is, you have, in any relationship, you have to keep it fresh, girl. You have to keep it fresh. And we worked hard to keep it fresh. And even now that we're older, we touch, we cuddle, we make jokes, we laugh at each other, you know. And it's just, it has worked out. And your age gap relationship can work out too. Just give it your all. And that's my food for thought for this Friday. You guys have a great evening. I'll see you next week. Bye for now.